New charges in the death of George Floyd. Welcome to Faith Nation. I'm Ben Kennedy. New tonight, charges against fired police officer Derek Chauvin have been elevated to second-degree murder. The Minnesota Attorney General making that announcement, along with new aiding and abetting murder charges against 3 other former cops seen in the video of Floyd's death. Now, this move comes as his children visit the spot where their father lost his life. CBN News national security correspondent Eric Phillips joins us with tonight's top story. Eric?
Well, Ben, today George Floyd's son visited the place where his father took his last breaths. After he knelt for a word of prayer, he didn't really have much to say, but emotion was extremely high.
Flanked by the family's attorney, Quincy Mason, George Floyd's son, knelt in prayer at the site of what has now become his father's memorial. Afterwards, saying a few words.
I'm here reunited with my family, trying to get justice for my father. And no man or woman should be without their fathers.
This came only hours after the mother of Floyd's 6-year-old daughter, Gianna, spoke heart-wrenching words with their little girl by her side.
Gianna does not have a father. He will never see her grow up, graduate. He will never walk her down the aisle. I'm here for my baby. And I'm here for George because I want justice for him.
Wednesday, Secretary of Defense Mark Esper condemned the violence against Floyd and other situations like it. Reporters pressing him about why it took so long.
I had made the determination as events escalated in the last 72 hours that the moment had reached a point where it warranted a clear message expressing our outrage at what happened, expressing our commitment to the Constitution, expressing our commitment as an institution to end racism and hatred in all its forms.
Esper claimed he did not know Monday's controversial photo he took with the president in front of St. John's Church was going to happen before it did. Meanwhile, protests march on more than a week after Floyd's death. There was a face-off on the Manhattan Bridge, police enforcing the new 8 o'clock curfew, closing both ends of the bridge with a massive crowd trapped in between. They were eventually allowed to exit peacefully. While there were tense moments, many protests remained nonviolent, like this one in Kentucky, home to Breonna Taylor, shot to death in her own home by officers serving a no-knock warrant.
We've been chanting. I've been making sure everyone doesn't approach the police because we don't want to incite a riot. We don't want to do that. We want them to hear us. That's all we want.
The Trump campaign has been widely criticized for using rubber bullets and tear gas on the way to that infamous photo op in front of St. John's Church. But today, the president saying no tear gas was used. And then Secretary Esper underscored the fact that while the National Guard was there to support the local police, they did not engage in any of those tactics, despite what some say they saw on that cell phone.